Whenever I step into my local nursery, I'm always amazed by the sheer variety of fertilizers available. From synthetic to organic, liquid to granular, the options seem endless. After extensive research and plenty of trial and error, I've developed a simple yet highly effective fertilizing routine for growing bountiful container vegetable plants. Before diving into the routine, I want to highlight the plants I'm currently growing since this method is tailored for fruiting plants. Right now, I have a mix of peppers, tomatoes, and squash. I started most of them from seed, but a few didn't germinate, so I picked up some affordable $1.75 plants from my local H-E-B, an excellent deal for quality seedlings. Normally, I start them indoors, but my grow lights are occupied by my hydroponic system. Despite that, everything is progressing well. Since all my plants produce fruit, I focus on two key factors: ensuring sufficient phosphorus in the soil to support fruit development and avoiding excess nitrogen, which can lead to excessive foliage growth at the expense of fruit production. I haven't encountered issues with potassium levels, so we won't worry about that for now. To achieve a thriving container garden this spring, I rely on these 5 essentials. Quality potting soil. I opt for soil that's a step above the lowest tier, since the cheapest options tend to be too woody and dry out quickly. My only requirement is that it to be peat moss free. While peat moss is a valuable gardening tool, studies show that its harvesting releases significant amount of carbon dioxide, so I choose to avoid it. Second is a plant-based compost. I prefer plant-based composts because it provides a more balanced nutrition content, whereas animal-based composts tend to have higher nitrogen levels. Thirdly is Miracle-Gro Perlite. I specifically use Miracle-Gro's Perlite because it contains added plant food, which provides a nice initial nutrient boost to the soil. Coming in at number 4, fish emulsion fertilizer. This liquid fertilizer is my go-to for leafy greens, but it also plays a crucial role in jump-starting my vegetable garden since it's fast-acting and easily absorbed by plants. Finally, at number 5 is Dr. Earth Tomato Vegetable and Herb Fertilizer. My grandfather recommended this, and since incorporating it into my routine, I have never had a bad growing season. I like to think it's luck, but realistically, the bone meal in it is likely the secret ingredient. Now that we have our essentials ready, let's talk about when and how to use them throughout the spring gardening season. Start with a clean container and fill it 2/3 full with soil. Then, add a few handfuls of perlite and mix until it makes up about 1/4 of the mixture. After that, mix in Dr. Earth fertilizer, about 1/4 cup per 5 gallons of soil. After you have all those mixed in, fill the rest of the container with compost, lightly mixing that in as well, but no need to overdo it. Finally, water the soil thoroughly and let it sit for about a week before planting. A tip I follow: treat each container like a small farm, improving the soil each year for better yields. Once seedlings start growing, I top dress with compost around the base of each plant. This provides additional nutrients while offering extra support to the stems. At this point, the plants have been growing for about 3 weeks. This is when I introduce fish emulsion fertilizer to encourage strong, healthy foliage. More green growth means more branches for flowering later on, leading to higher yields. When the plants are about 6 weeks old, I apply another round of Dr. Earth fertilizer at the base of each plant. By this time, flowering should be starting, and this final fertilization step ensures robust fruit production. Here are some final tips for success. Keep the soil consistently moist, monitor for pests and address any issues early, and be patient and enjoy watching your garden thrive. With this routine, you are set for a productive spring harvest from your container garden. I'd love to hear about your fertilizing routine. Drop a comment and let's learn from each other. And as always, happy growing.